I'm Cheyenne Nocerini, and I've been producing Daily Detroit since the very beginning. Most nights, it's me, up late, editing, booking, and keeping the show on the rails so that it's there for you every weekday. If Daily Detroit has helped you feel more connected to what's happening in our city and region, I'd love for you to support the work behind it. For a few bucks a month on Patreon, you're helping keep this local conversation going and growing. Join us at patreon.com/dailydetroit. That's patreon.com/dailydetroit. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to your Daily Detroit, sharing what to know and where to go in Southeast Michigan. I am Jer Stays, coming to you from our studio at Tech Town in beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. Joining me at the table, as we are back from the holidays, is none other than Norris Howard, Prince of Brightmoor. I almost called you Norris Brightmoor, Prince of Howard.
That's okay, because through the law of transitive properties, all the titles work the same.
We had a guest in the show who saw our sticker pack that you can get on patreon.com/dailydetroit, and they were unfamiliar with the Prince of Brightmoor moniker, and they looked
Philistine.
And they looked at me and they asked if I was the one from Brightmoor.
Absolutely
like,
not.
Absolutely
How
not.
dare they?
No.
How dare they? No. Blasphemy. 10 years dungeon, no trials.
Well, welcome back. We are back from the holidays. We're now episode 3 since we are back. How are you feeling since we haven't caught up?
Yeah, man, been feeling good. You know, it's a new year. I don't say new year, new me. It's the same dude, just a different number on the year. But I'm really excited because it is a thought reset, and I'm excited to see what projects and what new stories come to fruition this year. Because, listen, I think 2026 is going to be a really interesting time specifically for Detroit. It's always an interesting time in Detroit, but I think 2026 is going to be a special, special year.
For sure. We've got some news stories we're going to get into, but I want to start with something fun.
All right. We always love that.
Would you go to the club at TGI Fridays?
I have in the past.
Wait, what?
I have. First of all, Fridays back in the day was the club.
Well, we've only got one Fridays left in Michigan. That's in Southfield.
Yes, the one out there on Evergreen. Yes, that was the one. You went to the club. It was another one in Fairlane. That's right. That also was the club. That was the move.
My cousin back in the late 90s, early 2000s, man, TGI Fridays was the happy hour spot.
Yes, that was the move. Listen, Jared, you remember the days when we had to put on business casual to go to the club? So yes, that's what you did. You put on your little business casual outfits, your button downs, and your loose ties and hats and stuff, and you went to TGI Fridays and ate overpriced skins and drank margaritas. Like, that was the point of TGI Fridays.
Well, apparently there is this promotion on Wednesdays for TGI Fridays.
I know
it's running out in Southfield.
I know where this is going.
Now, look, it's not that it's exclusive that you have to buy a booth, but for between $150 and $200, you can get booth service at TGI Fridays.
First of all, the club is dead. The club is dead, bro.
That makes me sad.
The club is dead.
I remember a birthday party I had at Blue at the club.
Club Blue, everybody has a Club Blue memory. Like, that's the thing. Club Blue is like one of the last spots. But even this, the whole culture of the club is dead. It used to be, Jerry, you remember back in the day, a new little jam would come out. It had a little dance to go to jam. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Shake that Laffy Taffy. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got a little snap. You got a little dance. You go out there.
I was just hearing D'Angelo the other day, R.I.P.
You go.
I did not know that D'Angelo and Angie Stone, I forgot that D'Angelo and Angie Stone had a baby.
Yeah.
And they're both not here with us.
Nope. How sad is that?
Damn.
But you would go out to the club and dance with people and then maybe get somebody's phone number and then, I don't know, go on a date.
Wackiness ensued.
Yeah, wackiness ensued. Maybe you went to IHOP or a Coney at 3 a.m. That was the whole move, right? Nowadays, you go to the bar and everybody just gets a booth and just stand there.
I can't tell you how many times I had conversations with people dressed as cats at Denny's.
But that's what you do at Denny's.
Yes.
That's what Denny's is for.
With a moon over Miami.
That's what I'm saying. Bro, Denny's, I'm almost absolutely sure gets majority of their business between the hours of 10:30 and 4 a.m. Anyway. So TGI Fridays, would I go and spend $100 to go or $200 for a booth at Fridays? Absolutely not.
So here's the thing. This has gotten huge on social media. And I want to shout out Just Call Me Dev, who sometimes checks in on the live stream and the show,
yeah.
for posting about this. I think it's actually going to be successful despite all of the hilarious comments.
Somebody's going to do it.
In the comments, because there's a lot of people who have strong feelings about TGI Fridays in a booth.
So for some people, this is the only booth they're going to be able to afford. Like, the club has been, I mean, it's a scam nowadays. Like, for real. Booths cost like $600-$700 nowadays.
I am way past my booth buying days.
Yeah, man. Like, listen, I looked at them prices to get a booth at Zuzu. Never mind. Like, it seems like a cool place, bro. But listen, I got to be for real. It's not my price range, dog. I can't pay that much to get bottle service. No.
And you're not broke.
I'm not. I can get drunk at home, though. I'm just saying.
We're going to be doing later this month a coffee get together here at the studio.
That's what y'all should be doing. Coffee dates.
I think we need to bring back the happy hour.
We should bring back.
So we got to figure out where that's going to be. I would love to hear people's suggestions. dailydetroit@gmail.com or 313-789-3211, or message us if you've got a place and you want us to come in, maybe in February.
Why not? In February, Zuzu, reach out to us because I would love to patronize your place, but I can't do it if I got to spend $1,500 for a table, dog. Help me. Help me. Help you.
We went to some fun places over the holiday break.
Yeah, man. We really did, man. And you know, speaking about that, one of the things that I got to share is I'm loving Ima's happy hour right now. Speaking about happy hour, I'm going to the Ima happy hour at the Izakaya all the time. And let me tell you, that menu slaps and the people are always cool and dressed nice. And it just reminded me like, man, it's really dope to see happy hour coming back in a strong way across. And this is over the past few years, but it's coming back in a strong way in the Midtown, Courttown, downtown areas. And I want this to continue to proliferate, man, because when everybody working from home, you know, happy hour seemed to have less of a draw, but now it seems like, you know, with Iman's menu, it's a reason for people to leave the crib.
So I've got a couple places that I went to I want to share. First off, you're talking about happy hour. You know what was really good?
Yeah.
I had a good time and it was very affordable at the Bastille bar.
Yeah.
Downtown.
Bastille's
and the vibes
nice.
are real cozy.
I like Bastille.
We're back to maximalism. Devin O'Reilly was talking about it in his predictions.
Yep.
Back to cozy.
Back to cozy, man.
I had a very good time with some friends out of town.
It's the same thing like Saxy's.
I also went to a hotel. If you go to our newsletter on dailydetroit.com, I went to a hotel with a toilet that looked out the window.
That's fun.
Right over the city. I had the best view of the city.
That's fun. But then if you go number 2, then you can't see the city.
It was very confusing. Anyway, Bastille is definitely a good choice. Another place I went to, I got treated to, Marrow. I actually got to eat there.
Oh, Marrow's so good.
I had the pequeña.
Mm-hmm.
Very good steak.
Man.
Oh, and then they have a mushroom dish.
You go to Easter Market? Or
Yeah, Easter Market.
Okay.
The new one, right? Because I wanted to check that out.
Yeah, dig it.
I'll share some pictures up on social media and in our newsletter with it. But great service, great time. Really glad to go out there. You know, it was a little bit quiet because it's right in the middle of the holiday, which is kind of how I like it.
Yeah.
But there were people out there. Don't get me wrong. People were out. But they did a really good job with that. You know, because their whole thing is like the whole Michigan, but like local. Not just meat, but meat. Yeah. It's called Marrow. I literally got the Marrow.
Yeah.
I liked it, but I realized that maybe not in the future for me, but if you like Marrow, it's very well done.
I have to try it. I haven't had bone marrow in a while. So
that was a thing.
Yeah.
That was a thing. When you feel like steak, go there. It's definitely a good time. According to a recent Detroit Metro Times report, the Detroit Office of Inspector General found that senior DDOT officials, Detroit Department of Transportation, shielded employees whose romantic interaction caused significant bus service disruption. The report details how Senior Transportation Service Inspector Andre Reese and bus driver Dana Ruff engaged in inappropriate behavior that resulted in a 115-minute service delay on May 6th. They're the reason I was late. If there was the reason I was late at Warren and Gratiot, I'm going to be upset.
115 minutes, bro.
And additional delays 2 weeks later when they abandoned a running bus. They left the bus running.
Oh, my God.
Despite classifying this as the most serious offense category, DDOT leadership issued only 5-day suspensions instead of 30-day suspension pending discharge. The OIG also uncovered systemic problems with DDOT's disciplinary practices and called for reforms to ensure accountability. Well, I guess when the bus comes a-rocking, don't come knocking.
Don't come knocking, man. Listen, let me say this. First and foremost here, when you have a gig where people are heavily dependent on you, infrastructural workers, bus drivers, EMS, first responders, all that kind of stuff, like, you can't do this kind of stuff. No. I get it. You can't. So there should have been, I think, maybe a more severe punishment. But I'm going to look at this from a different lens. Maybe I'm going to be playing devil's advocate. But I think everybody lying if they ain't never thought about, doing something on the clock. I'm just saying.
Before the pandemic, I don't know if it's true today, but
is that a hell-worthy trespass?
A huge percentage, I don't know the full percentage, but a very significant percentage of people before the pandemic met their spouses at work.
That's
just
saying.
Real.
It's just real because there's how many times are you in close proximity with other adults for copious amounts of time?
I'm not saying be creepy, but that's just a reality. And then also, there's a bunch of people who have the affairs. They have
absolutely
the
work wife,
work husband.
Yep.
Air quotes.
Here was where they slipped up at, right? Because it's not illegal to hook up with somebody that you work with, right? No, that's not nothing wrong with that, right?
Unless it's a hierarchy.
Even then, as long as
it's not illegal, it's against policy.
Not illegal. It's just against policy. But even then, if certain things are disclosed or you can transfer to another division or something, then it's different. But here's my point. My point is y'all was leaving the bus running and doing this in full view of passengers and causing people to maybe get fired from work because you had a 115-minute delay. And by the way, if you're going to do something at work, that's 2 hours. Like 115 minutes, bro, is 2 hours. What was y'all doing for 2 hours, bro? Like, it's the middle of the day. I need y'all to get it together, all right? Get it together. Tighten up.
I'm going to be so mad if I was made late by that. It's possible I was.
Could you imagine if you sitting on that route, right? You on that route.
I've had ghost buses. I don't want to have a ghost bus because you're just going off.
But not just that. Could you imagine, right? You on that route, and then the bus opens up, and you literally see your bus driver in there kikiing and giggling and all this stuff with, they little work hookup, and then stop, man.
Listen, though, I've seen some crazy stuff on the bus over the years.
I'd be so mad. I'd be like, so that's why I'm late.
If you're on time, I don't care.
No, I'm saying I'm about to get rolled up because y'all in here and want to play footsies.
Can I make a suggestion? Maybe buses should not be silent. And what I mean by that is I had the most fun when I've been on bus rides with the radio going.
Yeah.
Like Parliament Funkadelic.
Yeah.
Flashlight.
Then people get all into all kinds of crazy stuff about now who gonna pay George Clinton because Flashlight is played on all the DDOT buses.
By the way, watch the documentary. It's on PBS about funk by Independent Lens.
Yes, I did hear about that. So I should check it out.
Detroit historian Jamon Jordan is in it.
Oh, fantastic.
Very good.
Fantastic.
Speaking, you know what? I'm also going to mention, just for the transit nerds out there, that there's actual bus news as well.
Yes.
In the smart system, both the FAST Woodward and FAST Gratiot are now 20-minute headways because they've been able, so only 20 minutes between buses.
Fantastic.
Between Birmingham and Detroit, and then also between 23 Mile and Detroit. That's really good.
Really good.
That's
so
a very...
If you guys are taking a bus of work, or if you're taking it down to go to any of the games or anything like that, we got fun. Don't we have a Final Four this year or something like that?
Yeah. And then every 30 minutes down 9 Mile.
There you go.
That's better.
It's better. But listen, every 30 minutes, I mean, what that tell you? Okay, slide up and, go get a cup of coffee, come back out, kick it for a second, and the bus is on the way.
Can actually be useful. Go figure.
Yeah, that's great. But also, y'all, I'm just playing, like, for real. Like, please don't get caught up at work trying to hook up. That's just not a good idea.
So let's talk a little bit of automotive stuff.
All right, because it's Detroit, so I guess we got to do that.
Well, look, so General Motors became the number 2 electric vehicle seller in the United States.
Okay. Is that because the Cadillac EVs are actually dope?
Listen.
They're really dope. They're really nice.
There is a creative person around town named Eric Thomas who always talks about how he wants a Cadillac.
Yeah.
And he's right.
Get that one.
get that. What is it, the Lyric?
Yeah, they got the Lyric, and they got 3 of them now.
Auto show's coming up.
Yeah, but they've got 3 of them now where they got like the Lyric, and then they got the EV Escalade, and then there's one in between them that's kind of like the full-size SUV.
And then on the other side, the Maverick is doing very well.
Yeah, because people started listening to me and realizing that you don't need a super giant F-350 when all you do is work at Kelly Services or something.
Poor Kelly Services. But the thing is, though, is that what's interesting to me is it's the high end and then like the more lower end, because the Maverick's very affordable.
Yeah.
I'm also noticing that hybrids are on the rise because, and this is something that I'm going to take a little bit of a victory lap on. Hybrids make a lot of sense. And I remember people telling me they're so complicated. And it was always automotive people. Oh, no one's going to. You know what? It's hybrids that are doing really well.
They sure are.
I mean, some electrics are doing well. It's going to be interesting to see next year when the incentives are fully off.
That's a full year, of no incentives.
But the Maverick is actually a vehicle. I would actually own a Maverick.
Really?
I do not need a larger one. They discontinued the Lightning.
Sure did.
But the Maverick I would own.
I'm Mr. EV man, and now that I've taken the plunge, there's no way I'm going back now. Like, just the ease of being able to plug up at home and move forward. Like, dude, if I never go to a gas station again, I'll be happy. I found it freeing in the restriction. It's weird. It's weird, but
you know what? Creativity comes from constraints, they say.
Absolutely. But, the thing that I like about these numbers is it is showing us that there is a market for EVs. There is the market for hybrids. Listen, Ford is still crushing it with the pickups. The F-Series is still king, and it will be for the foreseeable future. But ultimately, I think the rhetoric that we've seen, not just executives, but also politicians start to get behind of that, like, people don't want EVs is just a lie. People are buying EVs, people are buying hybrids, and we should be investing in what people are buying. Like, it seems like there's only 3 cars people want. People only want a pickup, a hybrid, or an EV.
I'd love to hear people's thoughts. dailydetroit@gmail.com or 313-789-3211.
Jared, I wanted to bring this up because you never talk about yourself and you never highlight what you got going on, but you were in our Detroit over the holiday break and they asked you for your thoughts about 2026. I just wanted you to share a little bit about that because I took a look at it and I thought your thoughts were very wonderful and concise. But tell us about that because, we talk a lot about Detroit. We talked about our predictions. You and Devin had a great show about what you guys predict for 2026 as well. But, let's show a little love to what you did with our.
Well, first I want to say thanks to Steve Freese, friend of the show, who's the author of this piece, who included me with 5 other really bright minds around town.
That's right.
And we did not agree.
That's not the point.
On a lot of things.
Yeah, that's not the point.
But I thought it was interesting to share different ideas kind of in a non-social media format in a way of like, because I didn't hear what everybody else did until the piece came out. And what I liked is that I had a different thought from everyone, even people that I didn't agree with.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's good to start having these conversations about what's happening with the governor's race, what's happening with the Senate race. So one thing that I thought was interesting was the number of people who are really nervous about Democrats' chances with the U.S. Senate race because of the lack of name ID and other things. And we'll link to the whole thing on Our Detroit that you can read. And also you can go to newsstands and pick it up. But I'm really glad to start to have some more nuanced conversations about these things.
I think it's dope. First of all, I'm going to just flat out tell you, go to a newsstand and buy it. Like, I much prefer to hold a magazine in my hands. But I think this is really important. I think actually medium form content, stuff like this, things like magazines, we should really invest in them more heavily, right? Because for me, news in this social media format, opinion in the social media format, and I know we are on social media a lot. We're talking on a podcast right now, but there's something to be said to someone's filtered thoughts. Someone who sat down and thought about it, wrote it, sent it somewhere else, and gave it that once or twice or 3 times through. Like, I want more of that. I would like a lot more of that, actually.
I'm really changing how I use social media in 2026.
Yeah.
And we're not going to go away from it, but the main content's going to be on our newsletter and our podcast and our live stream.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the algorithms right now have been tuned up to a whole new level.
Yeah.
I've been hearing from people that they're making a lot less on those social media platforms. We never made anything. We just never did. But also, more importantly, is that tons of stories that confirm people's biases that are just straight out junk. Like before it was like just a little bit of this, but now it seems like straight up junk engagement
it's like
has taken over everything.
Yeah, it's like that the DoorDash expose that everybody latched onto
Talk about it in case people don't know.
So essentially what this post was that was proliferated all throughout social media was that somebody was talking about, I am a back-end engineer for DoorDash, and when you tip them, the tips don't go here, or we've purposefully made it so you have to pay to get the premium service, and we've actually made the premium service the normal service and made the regular service crappier so that you're forced to pay us for what you're used to. And everybody was like, oh my God, this is because it's a confirmation bias. It made people feel good about what was happening. There's a term for this that you're going to have to bleep out, Jer, but the actual term for it is intradification. That is the
It's
term.
a great term.
Yeah, of literally making normal premium and making your regular tier way crappier. That is basically what it was about. It was fake. Completely false. Made up. I forgot who actually exposed it.
Casey Newton at Platformer.
Yes. Ran it through some AI tools to detect if it was indeed written by AI, and it was written by AI 100%. All of it fake.
And people have been running with it.
Oh,
because
yeah.
engagement's all that matters.
And the crazy part is that DoorDash didn't say a word. And that's the crazy part, because now it's just like, well, was it true? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because now the information is so unverifiable from so many places that the best thing to do is to say nothing. Because if you come out and say, no, that's not what's happening, then people are going to ask for proof. But then if you come out and say, yeah, that's actually what we're doing, then you've just admitted to having a crappy service. Now you just can't do anything. It sucks, man.
Yeah, because I really do think it's important to hear from individual voices and people who are passionate and all that. But I've also found that our best conversations happen when people email us at dailydetroit@gmail.com.
My favorites.
And the other thing that was crazy over the holiday break is we basically went dark on social media.
Mm-hmm.
All that. We gained way more followers. Like, it's so wild to me to do less work. And I realize that there's a complete disconnection. Maybe it's just because I'm bad at it. I'm open to that. Although we've got millions of views. I might just be bad at that whole game. But honestly, as such a tiny team with effort to spend, of course we'll answer when people add us, and we'll talk about our events coming up, because we're going to have one on the 17th here at the studio. We're going to do that and engage with folks, but I'm not going to make that my main focus I can't.
No, the social stuff is really disappointing. But I think when it comes to, what we're doing here at Daily Detroit and what we're trying to share with you guys is we're trying to just be as organic as possible. And the social media stuff is just kind of, we'll do what we got to do. But at the end of the day, what we want to do is we want to connect with y'all. We want to see y'all. We want to run into you guys on the streets. We want to hear your opinions. We want to share information with you and have you share information with us, because that's what builds community. So for us, social media is cool, but the real way that we've been finding that we build community is you guys have heard the show and then you join it. Or you've met Jer in person and you want to know what Jer's all about. Or you've met me in person and you want to know kind of what I'm talking about on the show. That's kind of what we want to continue to build in a really awesome, organic way. And, if that comes through social media, awesome. But ultimately, we want real people giving us real stories, talking about real things.
So in 2026, I think it's really important that we actually sit in community with each other.
Absolutely.
Actually do that.
And break bread.
So let me know what you want to do. What kind of events can we make happen? We've got a space here at Tech Town. We've got friends around town. Let's do some cool stuff together.
Have y'all done a puppy meetup?
No.
You should do a dog meetup.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. You know what? We could call Barkside or something.
There you go. I'm going to just pop a Benadryl and just lay on a table somewhere and just let the dogs.
For one of our live
be with
streams,
me.
I would like to do this. I think for one of our live streams, we need to get a couple of those dog backpacks Have you seen those online
Yes.
where you can just put the dog?
You're going to make me cry because it's so
What I
cute.
would like to do is I would like to work with a rescue, and let's do the live stream with dogs on our backs.
I would love that so much.
Wouldn't it be amazing?
I really would. It would be so cool.
Listen,
But I will
The
have to
world-
pop a Benadryl. Oh, will I have to cut my hair? They're going to eat my hair.
actually, it'd be pretty kind of funny.
Yeah.
The thing is that we can look at the national news, and we know there's all kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah.
We have to take accountability for whatever we can, do the best we can to make 2026 the best that it can be. And if we got to do it ourselves, we're going to do it.
That's right. To quote Bill O'Reilly, damn it, I'll do it live. We'll do it ourselves.
Well, that is it for today's Daily Detroit. Thank you so much for listening to the show. If you want to support what we're doing, there's a few ways. One is free. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. Word of mouth is the best way to push Daily Detroit forward. I know we talked all that crap about social media, but if you want to post it on your social media, that's absolutely fine. Go ahead and email it. Tell somebody who's into podcasts. It's a great way to connect with us. We're trying to do some awesome things here in Detroit. The other thing is, if you could swing it, I know things aren't the greatest for everybody, but become a member, patreon.com/Daily Detroit. For the cost of a coffee, you can get yourself a sticker sheet, help keep the lights on over here. It takes a lot of work. We do not just show up and turn on the microphones. There's a lot of research. There's a lot of connections. There's a lot of stuff that happens to make this thing go. So get a sticker sheet or get a rocks glass. Very attractive that you can do here. Patreon.com/Daily Detroit. As always, feedback dailydetroit@gmail.com. Always want to hear what you have to say. With that, I'm Jer Stays.
And I'm Norris Howard.
Thank you so much for listening. Remember that you are somebody, and we'll talk soon.